During your first year studying within the Department of Clinical and Biomedical Science, we really want to make sure that you have that strong and solid foundation to prepare you for your subsequent years of study. And so, first and foremost, we make sure that you have experience with learning these key techniques that will serve as a cornerstone for the rest of your degree. So for example, on the Biomedical Sciences programme, you will learn how we can measure and amplify and interpret DNA through the polymerase chain reaction. If you're on the neuroscience programme, you can have a go at measuring electrical activity of the brain with an electroencephalogram. As well as learning all of the important skills that you need to conduct in the lab, we also recognise the importance of making sure that you understand all of the imperative things outside of the lab. And so, in your first year, we make sure that you're taught effectively how to design experiments and how to analyse your data. This all serves the purpose to make sure that we are training you into not just generating data, but we're teaching you how to understand and interpret, and most importantly, apply this data to the greater context of science. Statistics is something that students often find quite challenging during their degrees. However, I'm pleased to say that within our departmental programmes, we make sure you are taught by people whose entire job it is to make sure that all of these difficult statistical tests and which correct tests to be conducted is as easily understood as it can possibly be to set you up effectively for the rest of your degree and beyond. After studying your second year, you can opt to undertake a professional placement. During this year, you can spend 9 months to a year going into either an academic research group or working with an industrial company to gain a year's worth of experience into what it's like to work in these settings. Students often find that this is the highlight of their degree because, for one, it opts as a nice circuit breaker from their second year and their final year, but more importantly, they spend a whole year gaining experience into all of these techniques that are quite often aligned with where they want to go in the future. It doesn't mean that you need to spend this time working in a lab wearing a lab coat. You can often opt for data analysis or dry lab projects where you're maybe working within healthcare research, analysing substantial data sets, learning how to enhance your technological prowess with AI and coding, analysing these data sets as well. The thing I'm trying to say here is that with a professional placement, it's not just about being in a lab. You can spend a year working beyond the lab. The only important thing that we make sure is that you have a project that is entirely yours. You have your own project to build on, learn from, appraise and write up. All of the key pillars that are important to being a scientist. When you enter your final year, you will then undertake your final year project. There is a massive catalogue of projects that are released to students before their final year begins, where they can make sure that the project that they're interested in really does suit them and is tailored towards what they are interested in. You can opt for the classical wet lab project, or you can opt for non-lab based projects. If you find that the lab isn't necessarily your calling, you can opt for critical reviews, where you interrogate the literature to find whether or not there is areas for innovation. You can opt for science communication, thinking about how scientific information can be communicated to the greater public. So taken all together, with your first year, your second year, your optional professional placement, and then your final year, we really make sure at Exeter that when you graduate, you have the skill set you need to really help you progress into your next step and your chosen career.